Okay, I figured I'd take a moment and make a video here to show how you can do the valve cover gaskets on these engines without having to remove heater boxes and lowering the engine mount, removing it, whatever. First of all, to do this, you obviously have to get all these fasteners out. You need to note the positions they're in because that is important. It'd be nice if you're able to degrease the engine beforehand, because you'll note some of this dirt here that's been hanging out. Even though this was cleaned not even a year ago, there's tons of dirt because this thing's had an oil leak. Obviously some dirt's fallen in here, which I will have to clean out with air and vacuum. And typically you get the leaks are typically along the bottom and along the side here where there's no airflow, it's just constant heat. So what I ended up doing was taking this purge valve off, and the hose here, got that removed. Over here, yours is going to be probably a different design than this one I guess had just failed over time, so it had been modified. The hose that runs along the top of the valve cover, which is right here, is plastic, so it's only going to have so much give, but you can see it connects down there, and you can just disconnect it by squeezing these tabs here. Push that aside, disconnect your fuel injection connectors as well as the little clips that go over the rail, and you can just kind of push that back and set this aside so that you don't have interference. I will actually say an even easier way would be you'll gain even just a little bit more room. Obviously remove spark plug wires too. You might even gain a little bit more room if you disconnect the two fuel rail fasteners and just kind of work it up and back a bit. So you could even lift up the injectors and just move the rail back. I don't like messing with the engine mount on these just because it's such a pain to get to. It's no small feat. Yeah, you're spending a bit of time doing it, but you're not having to go under the car, so I would consider that a plus. Anyways, once you get that loose, you'll have some wiring that maybe you want to disconnect, which should be pretty obvious, like I did with the gray connector here. And you'll just want to remove things and just pull things back so you get some wiggle room. There's this harness right here. That one, for instance, runs along the bottom, so you just want to disconnect it off of its studs that it's held on to. The harness that also runs along the top of, it went somewhere here. Where did it go? Am I lost? Apparently I am. What on earth did I do with it? Oh, here it is down here. This is the harness that runs up to the front of the engine. No, it isn't. That's a lie. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Sorry. My apologies. Here it is. It's all in this same spaghetti here. So I just tucked everything out of the way here so you can get at it. When you're ready to lift this out, what you can end up doing, once you get the bolts removed and pop it loose, this right here is kind of a pain. It actually is hindering your ability to get enough leverage to go back enough. This harness doesn't really matter. It's nice if you can obviously move it up out of the way, but it's so flexible, it's fine. But what you can end up doing is once you remove this valve cover up enough, you'll notice this has a cavity, a pocket in the plastic here. And getting the valve cover to get up and over, you have, I kid you not, it is probably a business card worth of thickness that you can have if you get all these injector clips and the harness out of the way and turn the injectors so that the connection here isn't in your travel path. You can actually walk the valve cover up just enough, and it'll just clear the head of that bolt, and you'll be able to pop that right on out. So that's the trick. And this would be the same on a 1991 town car or a 92 through 97 Crown Victoria Grand Marquis or town car, because they didn't use the 4.6 in the 91 Grand Marquis and Crown Vic. But when you're doing this job, obviously, it's probably best if you can clean up stuff beforehand, shop air, which I did before doing all this, but unfortunately, more dirt is just held up. It's crazy how much, unfortunately, has fallen in. But you can clean all this up, take your time. Cleaning and making things nice will help you out later. The other thing to note, this valve cover bolt down in the very, you can see it right there. That one requires a special setup here, which I'm looking to see. I do have it. And what you end up using, I have a mini breaker bar. You see it's 1/4" drive, and the smallness of the head, along with just a standard 1/4" drive 8mm shallow socket, you can actually get in there and pop it loose. You can't get a regular 1/4" drive ratchet because the head of it is so big. With the valve cover in place, there's not enough room to get in there to get at it. So you're thinking, well, great, how am I going to get this off? Because believe the manual, the manual says something about engine mount moving, which I could see. If you take the engine mount out and lower the engine down, then you're going to gain more flexibility because it's going to position it under the box. But why go to all that trouble when you can just use a smaller tool and get the job done? Once you get broken loose enough, then you can use your fingers and dexterity, or whatever you have left of dexterity, to get that out, and you should be in good shape. So hopefully these tips help, and this may even be applicable on a 98 and up Crown Victoria and Grand Marquis, as I haven't had the opportunity to do valve cover gaskets on one, but if I do, then maybe I'll make another video showing that. But I think 7 minutes is enough. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.